On September 23, 2014, 4 unknown males forced entry into a basement suite located in the 7600 block of 146A Street in Surrey. The suspects were masked when they entered the residence and duct-taped the victim. Upon hearing the commotion next door, 2 male neighbors went outside the residence where they confronted the suspects. An altercation ensued between the neighbors and the suspects, and one of the suspects fired 3 shots at the neighbors. One of those shots hit one of the neighbors in the jaw. The suspects fled, and the victim was rushed to hospital where he was treated for his injuries. The investigation into this incident identified Peter Blake Edmonds, a 24-year-old Edmonton man, as being involved in this offense. Less than 2 weeks later, on October the 2nd, 2014, at approximately 12:15 a.m., Fionn Gregory Poitras was found face down in a pool of blood in the northwest corner of R.C. Talmy Elementary School in the 9500 block Kilby Drive, Richmond, after witnesses reported hearing shots fired. The subsequent investigation, conducted jointly by the Combined Forces Special Enforcement Unit of BC, the Integrated Homicide Investigation Team, and the Edmonton Police Service, identified Peter Edmonds and Sean Jacob Lee Jennings, a 27-year-old Edmonton man, as persons involved in this offense. Peter Edmonds has now been charged with accessory after the fact in the Poitras murder and with the use of a firearm, the commission of an indictable offense for his involvement in the Surrey home invasion. Sean Jennings, who is currently in custody in Edmonton, has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder for his involvement in the Poitras homicide.
On July 20th, 2014, at approximately 1:30 in the morning, the Edmonton Police Service responded to a report of a male having been shot in the area of 81 Avenue and 104th Street on Edmonton's south side. That male, later identified as 27-year-old Alor Deng, was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses reported having seen 3 males flee from the area in a vehicle. Investigations into the incident by our homicide section led to the identification of a potential suspect. However, by September, the evidence that was collected was not sufficient to support the laying of charges. Our investigators were contacted by British Columbia's Integrated Homicide Investigation Team, or IHIT, regarding murder investigations that were underway in the Lower Mainland communities. As a result of our investigators comparing notes, it was recognized that our agencies had an interest in the same suspect group. Our folks began to discuss potential strategies that could lead to solving the murders of Alor Deng and Theron Poitras, and the idea of a joint forces and project-based investigation emerged. A plan was developed to investigatively target several individuals who were operating in the Edmonton area at that particular time. That included the prime suspect of the 2 homicides that were already under investigation. The plan involved resources from agencies represented here today, as well as the Alberta Law Enforcement Response Teams, or ALERT, and RCMP and K Division. The investigation formally commenced in December of 2014, and over the next several months, a skilled and dedicated group of police employees, both sworn and non-sworn, drawn from within the ranks of all of our agencies, worked tirelessly, successfully collecting evidence that has allowed us to lay charges against Sean Jennings for the murders of both Alor Deng and Theron Poitras. In addition to those charges, investigators have been able to collect evidence of additional offenses that have occurred in both the City of Edmonton and British Columbia's Lower Mainland.